Yeah, everyone, Cam's back. Yay!
Yay!
Yay, Cam's back. What a treat for all of us. Yeah, Cam's back. God, I hate Cam. SJ is here, but he's decided to leave at like peak time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yay! SJ's
Yeah.
hands back.
No,
Shut
it's different.
up, mate.
Shut up. It's different. It's different. You know, it's different. People like SJ.
Do they?
You got no fans, no, not anymore. Not this season. When you go on a tear and call every team terrible. Well, you know, basically, this is the premise of today's show is that me and SJ got to week 6, and then we were like, this is too long. We've been going for an hour, so we're going to get through the other half with Cam. Cam's going to tell us what he thinks. We're going to ignore it, and we're going to move on. Jamie's not here. Could be dead. We don't know. We've not heard from him. And when I put that post up saying that Dylan was part of Depth Chart Sports, he's not really. He's not really. He's never has been, never will be. But you could join Depth Chart Sports if you want. Just send us a message and you can join. It's not going to be very enjoyable, I'd imagine. And I'm quitting this year as well. So at the end of the season, let's just spoil that now.
I know you just said right now, yeah, this is it. This is last year.
Yeah. No, it is, yeah. Genuinely. And people think I'm joking, but it's not.
This is it.
This is it. Oh, and I have to start every show by saying, I'd like to commentate Bucks Big Wednesday, please.
On Tuesday.
Or Bucks Big, well, it's Bucks Big Wednesday on Tuesday. I'm not sure if they're going with Touchdown Tuesday, but I'd like to commentate it, and I'm going to start every show for the rest of the season like that. So if you get sick of that, then ask onside politely. Week 7. Let's get into it. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I was in Amalfi Coast for a week with work, so yeah, great time.
I hate you both. Anyway, let's talk about week 7. So let's go run it down. So in the National, it's Nottingham and Loughborough, Durham and Uwe, Nottingham 2s versus Hallam, Sheffield versus Cambridge, then Lincoln versus Sunderland. It's not in division order because it's ripped straight from Bucks. Manchester Derby again, Leeds versus York, Salford versus Lancaster, Nottingham Trent versus Newcastle, Lancashire versus Leeds Beckett, Portsmouth versus Bournemouth, Napier versus Edinburgh, Stirling versus Glasgow, Kingston versus UCL, Kent versus Brighton, City versus Imperial, Greenwich versus UEA, Bristol Exeter, which I think is where I'll be on that day, if I recall correctly, Southampton versus Bath, Bath Spa Aberystwyth, UE2's Plymouth, Reading Oxford, OBU Hearts, Solent Surrey, and Worcester versus Leicester. What jumps out at you there?
Manchester Derby.
Yeah, there are some brilliant games, and you've picked not one of them to attend that week. Like, there's just so much quality in store.
Why don't you shut up, man? Why don't you shut up? Don't tell me where I can and can't go. You're gonna be traveling. You're gonna be facing York. You're not gonna be at a very good game either. So why don't have a go at your boy? You know, like you're forced to go to that game. I chose, which is arguably worse.
I'm going to be in the comfort of my own home.
No, you're not. You're getting dragged out of the house every Sunday. You think this ride ends? You think this ride ends just because you leave Brunel? So SJ doesn't want to be here. SJ is contractually obligated to be here nowadays. He hates it. He doesn't talk about the sport anymore. Yeah, he's not getting paid. None of us are. Depth Chart Sports. Where am I going to be this week? What week is it? It's week 7. I'm actually not. I'm going to be at NTU.
Durham UE. Oh.
No, I'm going to be at NTU versus Newcastle and Nottingham Jade versus Sheffield Hallam. So I'll be doing a double in Notts.
Ooh, have you ever been to Durham? It's a lovely place.
I'm not. Well, to be fair, I say I'm not travelling that far, but I'm going to Edinburgh this year. So
it's Newcastle.
It's not Newcastle. It's
much nicer than Newcastle.
Oh, is it?
I mean, Durham is basically Newcastle. Right?
Well, just like Edge Hill isn't basically Liverpool.
Well, Edge Hill is Liverpool. It's not basically.
No, it's not.
It's literally Liverpool. Edge Hill is not Liverpool.
I've driven past it. It is not Liverpool.
Why has it got a Liverpool postcode?
He's got
yeah, exactly.
Got him wrangled up right. So I mean, looking at it, I think obviously dependent on how Sheffield Hallam come out, them versus Nottingham Jade could be an interesting one. I'm still sort of expecting.
So what about Brooks and Hearts.
We're not doing like picks. We could just talk about all of them. So I'm going to go
But
back
I'm saying
to
to pick up good games of the week. I think that could be a good one if it goes anything like it did last year.
Beckett versus Lancashire is arguably the best one there. If both
No,
of
it's
them
not.
come
It's going to be
swinging.
50.
Oh my god! Right, this is the second show of this season. We're not arguing. We're just talking about them. We're not picking.
We're not talking.
Yeah, it's just with passion.
I'm saying I don't think it's going to be an interesting game.
He thinks Leeds Beckett are going to be the worst team in the country. That's SJ's words right there.
No, I don't think they're going to be the worst team in the country.
No, respectfully, I do agree that I don't think that game. I don't think that game is going to be very interesting.
I think unless there is a team that is abhorrently bad in that Prem North, I think Beckett will do back to back.
So let me ask you a question. I suppose this is for maybe later on. If Leeds Beckett go all the way from the National Prem all the way down to Division 2, does the Swansea slide get renamed after Leeds Beckett? Surely yes, because you've gone longer. You know.
Yeah.
You've had a one division longer slide, so therefore it needs to come up with a funny name. But I won't be doing that because it's my last season. So
it all depends on if they can find any decent imports, or if they have the money for imports or scholarships in general. You know, if I was an SU,
I don't think it's not about the imports. They get decent. The problem is that the imports are told differently when they get there as what they were told before they got there, because they leave.
Well, and all their imports act like 7-year-old children.
But this is it, right? It's a new age for Beckett. So at the end of the day, it's like we don't really know.
Is it?
Well, that's it. New age, new OC who's never been an OC and never play called and never drawn up plays before.
I'd argue yes. I'd argue yes. You know, like the National Prem is the hardest American football we play in the other collegiate level. They're now no longer playing that. If they can get some wins against, you know, teams that maybe aren't looking as strong in the Mustangs and Newcastle, they can stay up and then rebuild at the Prem level. But there obviously is a worry that they won't be able to sustain it. And I think in this particular game in week 7, they're going up against who basically we all think, and I think most people think, are the team that's going to win the division. So if we talk about week 7 in a vacuum, no, not this game. Not this game. I mean, even
Manchester could be a good one.
Right. Okay. Okay. Let me tell you something. Let me ask something here, because am I missing something with the MMU Eagles?
No,
because
they reached out to us and were like, "We've got a bunch of imports coming."
Yeah, but most teams say that. I'm sure that the Chichester Spitfires have got a bunch of imports coming, and until they see the field, I'm not buying it.
No. I mean, I can only go off what you hear, though, can't you? And if they do,
okay, well that's fair enough. Then it just feels like the MMU. Everyone's speaking up MMU, and I don't know. Swansea's happy with the renaming. Swansea hoping for the Beckett downfall. But no, I'm interested. If MMU can do it, from what I can gather, it appears that I may have overreached on the Tyrants. But then, I suppose, is it Leeds, or is it MMU that could potentially come and upset them? You're obviously going to tell me that it's Leeds.
Well, I'm not going to make any comment of the like, just in case I get embarrassed later.
So it's MMU then, isn't it? Then you know.
But if
you don't back the boys in the preseason, when do you back them?
Okay,
you're cooked, mate.
I mean, look, I'll lay the opinion down now. Then is I think Leeds will win it. I think Manchester.
Thank God, an actual opinion where he backs his boys. Christ.
I think Manchester.
It's taken 2 seasons to get him to actually go. You know what? I actually like these Leeds Griffins.
No, I think Manchester are a very loud team. They've got very loud players, very loud coaches who talk a lot but don't actually really put anything down.
Now it's a bit different. Now it's a bit different. We're in the preseason and we're getting in for it ready. I don't know, man. It's like I think they've got a good culture in Manchester.
Yeah,
it wouldn't surprise me if they win the whole thing. But I'm just saying, you know, them versus them.
Well, they've just been building very loudly, but they've not actually had anything to shout about yet.
God forbid people actually say, look at what we've done. No.
But have they
But-
done anything?
No, exactly. They
No.
shut out Edge Hill and Liverpool. Cool. Like,
And then you
know,
lost to Lancashire, yeah, I suppose.
that's it. Like, my
Okay,
grandparents could
okay.
probably shut out Edge Hill and Liverpool. Like,
To be fair, though, they are the only team like I've seen this summer actually making noise.
yeah,
That's the
it.
thing.
They are. I
I feel
like
like everyone's
that
been a
from
bit
them.
boring this summer.
Yeah, get better, everyone. Shout out,
Results
absolutely
day
everyone.
next week, though. Results day next week, so we're going
I
to start
know.
seeing them come in.
Thank God. Bless
I
up.
can't wait to see 7 million posts from
Yeah.
Nottingham.
What do we think? Do we think Portsmouth, Bournemouth? Are we going to see
No.
some revenge? Right. So so this is it. I've after speaking to some people in regards to the Premiership South, I've made some mistakes. Let me give you my actual top 5, which wasn't done like a month and a half ago. Bournemouth, Cardiff, SGS, Portsmouth. No, Warwick, Portsmouth. Portsmouth down. That is my prediction now. Portsmouth down.
Well, you got Cardiff over SGS.
I have got Cardiff over SGS. I have, yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yep.
taking the piss.
Oh, mate, it's not 2021 anymore. Lose that haircut. Lock in. It's not 2021. SGS are not the SGS who just beat everyone in Division 1, smashed the
No.
Raiders in the final.
No, but they're still better than Cardiff.
What happened last time they played?
I don't know. I
He's
don't
got a
remember.
point.
Cardiff won.
Oh, okay, fair enough then. Do Cardiff have all the same players?
Huh? To SGS?
No, but are SGS going to be bringing in more people? Most
No,
likely.
probably not.
Yeah, fair.
No.
Lock in. Probably
People
not.
have realised that a media degree is worthless.
Is any degree really worth it?
No.
People have realised a degree from
No.
non-affiliated.
There are people doing
universities.
part-time masters just to play Uniball, and they'll then leave and realise that no one cares. It's quite.
Yeah. There
Yeah,
are
I've seen
people
that
who there are people who try to do PhDs to play Uniball as well.
Yeah.
and they're a different breed. They're a different breed.
What sort of idiot would do that?
What sort of idiot would get accepted into a PhD program and then focus solely on a Division 2 American football team?
What does a PhD in sports journalism qualify you to do though? Like,
You have to
talk
call me
more about sports?
you have to call me doctor. That's what it qualifies me for.
Dr. Tebs.
Dr. Tevs. That's all it was for. I mean, looking around here, I mean, any Div 2 games really jumping out at you? I mean, for me, UE versus Plymouth, I think that's going to be a good one. Oh, and I will say the interview that's coming out on Monday is going to be with head coach of the UE Bullets 2, Sam Astley. We're going to keep interviewing some coaches, and it's a nice long interview just sort of about, how the growth of UE Bullets 2s and sort of having the full expectation of promotion this year after winning the Southern Conference Cup.
And I am getting this right. The UW Bullets 2s did sign a player, like specifically
They did.
to the 2s.
They did. They did. Oh gosh,
Tight end from Nottingham.
Atkinson. Wow,
Yeah,
this
Trent.
is it. But QB,
QB, sorry.
NTU QB is going to be coming to the Bullets 2s, and we talk about that on the show on Monday. So if you want to know more about that, watch the show on Monday. But yeah, I mean, for me, like the Southeastern 2, I don't know what's a good game in the Southeast 2 is the problem because
It's all a bit all on par. There's no one really running.
No. So like, I think they're good, but UE2s versus Plymouth for me. I think Reading versus Oxford is going to likely be their relegation battle as well. I think that's going to be in this one. I think Oxford obviously can bounce back because they're the University of Oxford. They can get in some, like Cambridge did at the end of the day with old big man Brock. They can bring him in, but that's it. I mean, Solent, Surrey, no. Right, let's have a crack on.
Moving.
Let's get it moving. Let's look at week 8. So we have got UE versus Loughborough, Durham versus Brunel, Nottingham Jade versus the Sabres, Hallam versus Derby, Lincoln versus Hull, Manchester versus York, Leeds versus LJMU, Salford versus Bangor, Edgehill versus Liverpool, Beckett versus Northumbria, the Rams versus NTU, Warwick versus Bournemouth, Cardiff versus SGS, Heriot Watt versus Glasgow, Stirling versus Edinburgh, Brighton versus KCL, QMBL versus Kingston, UEA versus Essex, Swansea versus Southampton, Exeter versus Bath, Bath Spa versus the UE2s, Gloucestershire versus Plymouth, Reading versus Brum, Chichester versus Sussex, DMU versus Leicester, spicy, and then Coventry versus Staffordshire. DMU and Leicester. Let's
Yeah.
start there. I think
Yeah.
let's start with DMU and Leicester. Obviously, it's the varsity battle that
I think there's a couple in this week, isn't there?
there is, but that's one that that both teams are very much excited to play. Very much excited to play. But it's not been played for what various reasons. Like, isn't it? Normally falls on Eid, so
Yeah.
they normally don't play it. So they're both looking forward to it. And I mean, if they're excited, I'm excited. I'll put it like that. We're pretty. Somehow they've managed to get two Lincoln Colonials to be pro DMU, which is probably the largest vote of confidence that you can have, because we over at the University of Lincoln do not like DMU, but they've got us to like them. So that's a big enough one there. Looking around, Bath.
No.
Let's meet. No.
That's just Ted saying where he's going to be that week.
In the Bath, in the first
Yeah.
stream. No, I'm not there. Where am I? Let's have a look.
Sterling in Edinburgh.
No, I'm
No,
going to
surely
be
you're
at...
DMU Leicester. Like that is.
No,
that
I'm not.
is-
No, they have asked, but no, there's a double
Like
header.
UEA
There's
versus Essex.
No,
No,
there's
that'll be terrible.
right. There's double headers. Tebs goes for double headers, right? It's going to be Bournemouth at Warwick.
Double chins.
Bournemouth at
Sorry,
Warwick.
Taz,
Harambul, round 2.
So we're going to have Bournemouth versus Warwick, Cardiff, and Coventry versus Staffordshire is where I'll be there. Cam's going to be on a little itsy bitsy little time out there for being rude. If he says in the private chat and he apologises, he can come back in.
No, he said he deserved that in his chat.
No, he did. Swansea and Southampton, I think, is an interesting one because I can't really grasp who's getting relegated from the Southwest one.
I think it'll be Swansea.
I think it will as well. Like, I don't think
It's tradition at this point, no?
like this is like I really do like. Do you know who I think it might be? I'm not going to say who I think it might be because then we'll never hear the end of it online. I think there's a chance there that I think Bath look a bit stronger, even though they lost to Bristol. Bristol have got a new head coach. Could it be Bristol?
No, it'll be Exeter.
Right. Just go put him back on timeout. We're not having to take that on the show. What the Exeter down to Div 2. Get out of here, man.
No, I think he meant to win it.
Oh, did he mean to win it? Oh, okay. Let's let him back in.
He meant to win it.
Let's let him back in.
I thought you meant promotion.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
It's not that.
Yeah. I thought you meant Exeter relegated. I'm like, no, you can't be saying stuff like that. That's nonsense. I don't know who's basically. I've gone down the list of the Southwest one, and I've not got a clue. I don't think it's Exeter. Southampton always managed to stay up. Swansea always managed to go down, and Bristol,
it's just a really odd division.
It's a very good division because I haven't got a clue. Apart from who's going to win it, I think it's Exeter. But
You've got Bristol and Southampton just chilling in that division, where everything else changes around them.
Bristol, yeah, this is it. There's like Bristol are a constant, but then I also feel that the same way about Southampton. They're just constantly there.
Is Bath's QB back?
Yes, he is. He is.
That probably does a lot for them then.
That's it. That worries me because Bath can put on good performances, and I think that they'll see the postseason this year. But I don't think they're going to have. I think they'll be travelling to probably the other side of the country. No, in Bath. But yeah, right. So we got Swansea down. That's consensus. Swansea down. Let's have a look. Do we think
Not
Brighton?
any other games?
Do we think Brighton can do it?
Do what?
No.
No. Okay. Do we think Brighton can make a push for the southeast one?
I think they can. I think they can make the playoffs.
Make the playoffs. Yeah. Okay. I remember they did beat Kent once last year. Remember that?
What a trophy!
I hate you so much. Cardiff versus
Beat
SGS.
Kent once.
Cardiff versus SGS. If Cardiff get the double on them, Cardiff walkabout's going nuts. Just to let everyone know. Lancashire NTU, I think, is the big one there. Probably the biggest one on the weekend, I think.
NTU are going to get curb stomped if they've lost their QB.
Yeah. Well,
If their QB's gone, they run like a short pass, reverse heavy scheme. If their tight end and QB are both gone, that's like the biggest part of your offense.
Right, okay. He's talking nonsense, and I've spotted something. I'm gonna rephrase that. I know what the biggest game of week 8 is. Are you ready? Are you ready? It's Salford versus Bangor. That's the game, surely. That's the game,
The
right?
thing is, it actually is.
It's Salford Bangor, right? Like
It's shut up,
But-
Cam. It's
Salford Bangor. Salford Bangor's the game, right? That's the game.
team that's had the first season. Banger are back.
Perfect.
Good matchup.
Perfect. That's it. That's all we need to say. Lincoln versus Hull. Unfortunately, I think we both know how that one's going to go, but we got to mention it at least once. But I'd say that's week 8. Salford versus Bangor. It's the number 1 game. Moving on to week 9. Moving on to week.
Okay, we're in January now.
We are in January. Hallam
How many-
versus Cambridge. Jade versus the Braves. Hull versus Sunderland. LJMU versus MMU. Lancaster versus Kiel. Leeds Beckett versus Lancashire, Portsmouth SGS, Cardiff versus Bournemouth, Glasgow versus Edinburgh Napier, Heriot Watt versus Edinburgh, Kingston versus Kent, Essex versus Greenwich, UCL versus City, Exeter versus Southampton, Swansea versus Bristol, Gloucestershire versus Plymouth again, Birmingham versus Oxford, OBU Reading, Holloway versus Chichester, and the Nottingham Green versus Staffordshire. Stop eating on stream, Cam. I can see you down there.
I'm not.
You're
I
doing
have
something.
no food anywhere near me.
You're doing something. You're making noise.
That's
I'm
not
even moving.
SK.
I guarantee you. Oh, that's not actually him. I thought he was in making noise. What
I was
snake?
innocent.
Yeah. Okay, right. Looking at that. Have we got any?
It's a bit of a. I'm not feeling this week.
Week 9's a bit of a shifty one. When we're into 2027 now, and the matchmakers over at Bucks have not kicked off 2027 with a bang. But there are still some good ones in there. I think Cardiff, Bournemouth. I really don't know. It seems like such a mishmash of styles of playing football that I don't really know how it's going to go. And I'm fairly certain that I'm at that game that week. I certainly am.
What about Kingston versus Kent?
No.
No, from the point of view of how good are they? That's all we can do at this point, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to be harsh here. I think there are two teams that I think relegated.
Kingston, one of them.
Relegated straight up before the season starts. Relegated, and it's number 1 is the LJMU Fury, and number 2 is the Kingston Cougars.
I'm
those aren't the worst opinions.
Cam, can you reset your camera because you've frozen?
Oh, he's back now.
There you go. He's back now. Yeah, I think Kingston are getting relegated straight, and I think LJMU are getting relegated as well. Opinions on New Cuda social media.
Stop begging it. Stop begging it.
Yeah, Jed, man, lock in. Saving this for the end of the year. To be fair, Swansea, you can have it. You literally can have it. Because it's a bit, it's more so that everyone else just seems good and you always get relegated. It's not our fault.
It's not them being like very bad or anything.
It's just like historical wise, every time you go up to Division 1 or you've been in Division 1 the last 2 seasons, you have come down. So
it's not even me. I'm sorry, Jed.
What is Jed saying?
We're Holloway versus Chichester. I think we're going to get Chichester win there.
Chichester W.
Oh,
again,
yeah.
Chichester need 3 wins, and they keep improving.
What is the most
I'm really
amount of wins
excited to see what
season?
Worcester do this season. To be honest,
The thing is though, is that I can't back Worcester just because of last season. Like I think the Southwest 2 was an easier division, but the problem is the Midlands 2 has changed so much that potentially there's some space there, but I still think that they're under the thumb of both the Coventry University Jets and the DMU Lions. Yeah. I don't think Worcester can get past them. Potentially a 7th or an 8th seed for Worcester, I think, is likely. But
I think they're the new ARU.
I'm gonna wait until the season starts to put that particular stamp on them.
They feel like very similar teams.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I get what you mean. Like they can get it done. Obviously, ARU beat Cambridge last year. Cambridge went on to get promoted and win the Northern Conference Cup. But Worcester, I don't know. I don't think yet. I think they're a good team. I think it's definitely a tough move. It's definitely probably the toughest move of the entire Uniball shake-up that we've had is Worcester over to the Midlands. But yeah, I don't think they can get past DMU or Cobb. I think I said it in the evaluation. I think that their litmus test is Leicester. If they beat Leicester, then I'll probably start being a bit more favourable to the Royals. But if they don't beat Leicester, then it's like you are the Worcester that I thought you were, which is fair. I think Leicester are a good team, but if they beat Leicester, simple as that. But I think that they'll be able to beat Staffordshire and the Nottingham Green. Realistically, we're not going to have a clue about the Nottingham Green until they play their first game because it's a completely new experiment. It's not like we can sort of.
I think they'll be pretty solid.
I think they're going to be terrible because
Exactly right.
I don't think they're going to play a single person in that team who has an ounce of experience. I think that team is going to be for first-year freshers only, and not first-year scholarship freshers.
Which
like sports fair guys that rock up.
Which makes sense, right? Like he's not saying they're terrible because he hates them. It's because if you've not played a game before, that's sort of what the press release regarding the name changes sort of said. So I don't think that Cam's off base with that particular thing. I think that if you're coming in and you're just reading the word Nottingham and assuming that they're just going to storm it, I don't think that's right. But then it's you look at the weaker teams of that div. Unfortunately, we're looking at you, Staffordshire. If Nottingham beat Staffordshire, that's a good first step. But then it's the Worcesters and the Leicesters. But again, I still think that when it comes down to it, that division will either be headed up by the DMU Lions or the Coventry University Jets.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't think Nottingham want that team to get promoted. So it's not really an issue.
It would make a weird case, wouldn't it, if they just went straight up? Because then what happens? If the Jade, don't go up. Thanks, Cam. Useless bloke. Right. Okay. What else have we got in that week? No, I don't think anything in the Midlands looks any good. Exeter, Southampton, no. Swansea, Bristol, probably a very meme-heavy battle there, but for me, I think it is going to be the game that I will be attending that week. And I think it's Cardiff versus Bournemouth. I think that's an interesting blend of football styles, and I think whoever's going to have that is likely going to end up either. I think Cardiff and Bournemouth will be playing home games in the playoff.
Yeah, I think that's quite.
I think that's fair. I think. Yeah, that's probably about it for week 9. If I'm completely honest, anyone else got anything you want to? Anything else jumping out of your week 9? Right, let's move on to the double digits. Let's go into week 10. So, in week 10, we have got Nottingham versus Uri, Durham versus Loughborough, Cardiff, Cambridge versus Derby, Lincoln versus YSJ, Leeds versus MMU, LJMU versus York, Edgehill versus Bangor. Good game, I think. Lancashire versus Northumbria, Leeds, Beckett versus Newcastle, Bournemouth versus Portsmouth, SGS versus Warwick, Stirling, Napier, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Brighton, Kingston, QMBL versus KCL, Anglia Ruskin versus UEA, City versus Essex, Southampton versus Swansea, Exeter versus Bristol, UE2s versus Aberystwyth, Oxford versus Reading, Brum versus Hearts, Solent versus Holloway, and DMU versus the Coventry University Jets. I think there are some good ones there. I think we start off at the top. Obviously, it may not have been the final. But let's be real. The Nottingham UE rivalry is not one that's going to be dying anytime soon. However, I mean, if we really firm it, I think it's going to be UE this year. I think we've all sort of picked. Well, those graphics will come out. I think we've all picked UE to actually win it this year, as opposed to just coming second, which I think is there. I don't think anything really in the Midlands. Obviously, Leeds versus MMU potentially there. We've got to see how MMU, because we'll be 10 weeks into the season by that point. Edgehill Bangor. I feel like Edgehill Bangor could actually be an interesting one.
There are. It excites me so much. There's 2 toilet bowls that week. There's 2 gutter games.
And what's the other one?
Lincoln YSJ.
Mate, here's the thing, right? I think it's unfair for you to just... The Bangor Mud Dogs do not exist.
Exactly.
It's the Banger Lions now. Lelwood Banger, right? Don't think about the Mud Dogs. Think of them as a new team.
I'm not. I'm thinking of a 25-person strong Bucks team.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of the Edge Hill Vikings. And I'm going, that is one of the worst games I could ever imagine.
I don't think it's that bad. I think you're being very unfair.
No.
No, okay, well you're terrible. Right. I'm the only one that's excited about Lancashire versus Northumbria, it seems. Because it seems that, doesn't seem to be much of a rivalry anymore. Like, I think Lancashire are very much eclipsed.
It's hard to get excited about Lancashire games when we all know the outcome for all of them.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't think it's that cut and dry.
It's like one of those videos where it's like, a professional MMA fighter versus 8-year-old child.
But this is it, right? I don't think, I think they present to use a good game, but I think when we get to the playoffs, I think they'll have some challenges. But I don't know. I don't think Northumbria are going to be posing much of a serious threat, if I'm completely honest.
It's like Northumbria are going to have some 18-year-old, little fresher covering Nottingham's scholarship receivers from the United States of America.
Talking nonsense. I love the way that the second that a university gets a scholarship, they're getting. We've got to see Lancashire in the Prem first, all right? I know we're doing a pre-season.
Don't act like you don't have the exact same opinion that Lancashire are going to curb stomp and cakewalk their way to the top of it all.
I wouldn't say cakewalk. I don't think this game will be particularly close, if I'm completely honest.
I mean, Northumbria were the only team to drop points to the 0-1-7 Leeds Griffins last year. So,
yes.
What does that really tell you?
Look, that's what I just said. I don't think this game will be.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I think not Newcastle. Maybe Beckett. We need to see Beckett first, and then probably the other one. Right. Okay. SGS versus Warwick. Obviously, that was a final 2 years ago. So I think the problem is with Warwick now, for me, is you look at their levers.
They've lost all the key players.
You look at their levers and you go, oh no, they've all gone.
Well, yeah, but they're just going to go back to running the wedge anyway. And
yeah, they're going to run the wedge.
Clock for
the wedge is, they don't put those players on for the wedge. They just put their fodder on.
Yeah,
and it works.
And that's what they'll do.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But then here's the thing. Like, did it work against SGS first time? No.
Who cares if our players get injured?
Who cares if anyone's having fun at playing or watching the game?
Oh, mate, winning's all that matters. Doesn't matter how you do it. Doesn't matter how you do it.
Well, they lost, didn't they? They lost last year. And then
Brilliant. Thanks, SJ. I like Warwick. Everyone else hates Warwick, but yeah.
No, I don't dislike Warwick. I just don't like the wedge.
Don't like that. I just don't like that. And it's not a thing of like, oh, you can't stop it, because you can stop it. It's just a case of it's just such a dangerous way of playing it. And it's like, play football properly. That does nothing for the players in terms of development and film. So what are you doing it for?
Wins.
I'm still annoyed that they did it when we were 35-0 up, just so their egos didn't get hurt on the coaching staff.
I still like you, Warwick, but I do worry that you've lost so many players. Yeah.
To answer Aaron's question, am I missing Uniball? Does it sound like it?
No, he's not. Sam, Cam's talking nonsense about your team.
What team's that?
Don't know. Sterling Napier. Has Edinburgh been too good and too close for too long? No. Have the Sterling Klansmen been able to be fine? Okay,
they're just going to recycle and bring in more U19s through their magical.
I mean, it works.
Yep.
QMBL. Jamie's not here. What do we think?
Do you want me to stand in for QMBL for Jamie?
Yeah.
Terrible. Going straight.
No, I don't know. No. That's just not true. That's not factually
for Jamie. Absolutely not.
No, I'm just saying. Like, I don't think it's that bad.
No, Jamie's not stupid enough to say that.
No. I think QMBL could do well, but they're facing KCL. KCL won the div last year. I think QMBL could take that game. If I'm completely honest, I don't know if they. I'm interested.
I think it's probably one of the nicer situations to go into. as a
because I don't think the QMBL
Uniball
can be
team.
worse than.
Yeah, cheers, SJ.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, I think because he got Kingston, I think QMBL can get past Kingston fairly easily, if I'm completely honest. So yeah, I think you're absolutely right. It's a nice situation for them to go into, but I think the one that I think probably has the most in terms of promotion relegation, I think we are looking at DMU versus Cov. I think it's DMU Cov.
Depends on if. I mean, depends on if Coventry don't bottle it all again.
Well, this is it, right? Is that DMU have proven that they can beat Coventry in these clutch moments. And I think DMU are going to have an easier ride to get there. So when it comes time for the promotion battle to be, laid bare in the Midlands too, I think DMU will be included in that and not in an off chance like they were last time, where they needed a win here and a loss here and a points differential here. As much as that's fun, I don't think DMU. I think DMU are going to. I think this will be it. I mean, if we just go up here. Coventry versus Worcester, and then the last 2 weeks of the season, DMU Leicester. It might actually come down to DMU versus Leicester. To be completely honest, I think there's something to be said that we're maybe discounting the Leicester Longhorns here, but DMU versus Coventry, it's a rivalry game. I'm making it so. I have decreed.
Depends if Leicester still run the wedge as well. They're a wedge team, and there's only so much you can do with it.
Brilliant. Just anti-wedge. Your mic's off, SJ.
You're muted, by the way.
Does he know? Is it, or his ears off? What's going on? Turn your mic back on if you're going to talk.
Your mic's muted, SJ.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. What did you say?
Just wedge.
Oh. Wedge. Right, week 11. We're almost there. I've dropped my Sharpie.
Uwe versus Brunel.
Uwe Brunel, Loughborough, Nottingham. Hallam versus Nottingham Jade. Durham versus Sheffield, Sunderland versus Lincoln, York versus Leeds, Manchester versus LJMU, Salford versus Edge Hill, Liverpool versus Lancaster, Northumbria versus Nottingham, Newcastle versus Lancashire, SGS versus Cardiff, Warwick versus Portsmouth, Heriot Wall versus Edinburgh, and APA Glasgow versus Stirling, KCL versus Kent, Brighton versus QMBL, Imperial versus ARU, Bristol versus Southampton, Swansea versus Bath, Hertfordshire versus Oxford, Brighton, Birmingham versus Oxford Brooks, Surrey versus Sussex, Coventry versus Worcester, and Aberystwyth versus Bath Spa. Aberystwyth versus Bath Spa. Get in, my son. No,
that is a game.
That is one of the games of all time.
That is a game that is happening.
I don't think that game's happening. It's week 11. I don't think Aberystwyth got the. I don't think Aberystwyth are getting to week 11.
You think it gets to that point where it's just now?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I think here's my take. I think we're going to have a very wet Uniball season.
Yeah. I love.
What?
With Pardon? The weather, Cameron, you pervert, your little prevert.
I thought that was teasing Tebs' upcoming bathtub stream.
Sorry, just because Jamie's not here, like you don't have the charisma to be Jamie, so stop trying to be him. This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. This stream's gone off the rails.
Is that your Bucks medal behind, by the way?
Which one?
Oh, which one?
Which one? I've got two.
Oh
yeah, I've got one here. So I've got one there, and I've got a gold one this side.
What's that gold one from?
What's that gold one from? That is.
It's not for the Bullets, is it? Well, hey,
it's not for the Bullets. No, that's another team's one that they let me have. How many have you got?
Me, 3.
3. Yes. Cam, how many have you got?
I've only been coaching for one season.
What about the playing?
Mate, no, don't give me that. I had one within 9 months of Uniball. I then had to wait 8 years for a second.
Yeah. Don't ask. Real fans don't ask where Cam got his.
I had this one the other day as well.
Why did I leave you on open? Oh, I'll message you back when I want to finish this. No Swansea Titans. We're not going to bother. Let's show off our
this one.
Medals.
I got this one too.
Yeah. I got Bucks.
I got this for.
I'm not at home right now, so I can't show you.
Yeah, of course, mate. Yeah. I got this one here, which is a nice silver one.
Just like that.
One team, and then I've got a nice gold one from another team.
Yeah, but here's the difference though: is Tebs also has no Bucks medals. Me and him
No,
are the
I know.
same. Just
Yeah.
because somebody has
He's got two.
given you a Bucks
I've
medal,
got
does not mean
two
you
Bucks
won it.
medals.
No,
What are you
didn't
talking about?
win
I've
it.
got two.
You did not feature on the coaching staff or playing staff of any medal-winning team.
That's so strange because if I put them on, they feel the same.
It's like when Sir Alex Ferguson gave his Premier League winners medal to a disabled
Yeah.
kid. He already had 19 of them.
I put it
We've
this, I've
not
never.
given one to you, have we? So
I put it this. I've not put one on yet. I've not put them on yet.
Well,
That'd be
yes,
blasphemous.
you've not earned it. You're like a Make-A-Wish.
Well, I've got them, haven't I?
where's yours,
I've
Cam?
got more Bucks medals than you've got.
I have the same amount of Bucks medals earned as Tebs.
Chat, has Tebs earned his medals? I think he has.
Have I earned my medals? What's it? Am I doing a whole game? Well, I mean, we'll get there because likely the whole game that I go to is probably going to be the varsity game because I can't make one in the regular season.
That ain't gonna happen.
No, I tried to make one. There's just not enough time. I do want to go to a whole game.
I mean the game won't happen because it's not happened for the past.
That's sort of been. That's my plan for Hull is to do Hull versus Lincoln because then I can cover both Lincoln and Hull. But it just doesn't work out unless there's because I really wanted there to be one in week 13. Oh, is that yeah? I suppose the only one that I could really do is week 13, but I need to go to Gloucestershire at some point. But then also, no, I'll wait Monday. Sam Astor will say something about the twos, which may end up with me being able to go to the last game of the season for Hull. And for everyone who's asking about just like if they're on the list of games I'm attending, will I live stream them? That's up to you.
Are you on the Tebstein list?
Yeah, it's literally. It's if the Tebstein. I just got that. I'm not going to put them on.
Release the files.
Release the files. Yeah. So basically, if a game is on the list, it's up to you if you want it live streamed because I will be there, and it depends on the internet connection at your venue. If the internet connection is good, then I can live stream it. If the internet connection is bad, then I won't. Simple as that. Week 10.
They make a noise when you put it.
They do, don't they?
Oh
no! I've dropped one of them, Cam. That's so strange.
Oh yeah.
Let me put my. Let me see what the chat's saying. Chat. Have I earned these medals?
Nobody has
Chat's not
supported you.
Chat's not a word.
Yeah, that's because chat knows. Bury me with my Bucks medal.
You're like a Bucks medal winner in the same way that Louis Rees-Zammit was an NFL player. Like you were there.
What? So he was.
He was an NFL player.
He was an NFL player.
Well, let's not take the piss.
Did he play? Did he play some reps for an NFL team?
Oh, did he? Yeah, and did he do lots with that?
Yeah,
Oh,
he made a lot of money.
So
He made a lot.
Tebs has got some Bucks medals, but did he actually get them?
Bloomers said chat knows. So
Cope. Bro's, Cam's coping hard.
Look, if Bloomfield wants to defend him, he can sign Tebs and make him play centre for the upcoming season.
He may have already done. You don't know that.
He already has.
That. You don't know that.
$5,000 into the bank account. Lovely.
Yeah, that's it.
They
Bloomers
can't
will do the
run like
Masters
any.
for $5,000.
They
Listen,
can't
I've
run
actually
up the A gap anymore because Tebs doesn't want to move.
True. I don't think it's want to move. It's physically incapable of moving. I think
there's no A gap anymore.
There is no A gap. Silver, mate. Silver scholar, just like one of my Bucks medals. You got any Bucks medals, Cam? No. Bro's just bitter because people don't give him Bucks medals.
They're gonna sign you as a preferred walk-on.
Walk-on, the key word there.
How far away do you reckon we are from uni students calling themselves walk-ons? I don't think we're far away.
2 years.
I really don't think we're far.
I'm really surprised that those like idiots that produce terrible Bucks content on TikTok aren't calling themselves walk-ons already. All those like
you're a very, very miserable bloke today. You might get fired. Like positivity, Cameron.
I've just seen all the crap I watch where they're like day in the life of a baller in UK American football.
Oh mate,
Isn't
no,
it?
no, I'm not having this. The more content, the better. Actually, Cam. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is now a genuine argument. the more content, if people want to make content like that,
No, I'm not. Well, I'm not saying that making content is bad. I'm just saying the quality of some of it and how they talk about themselves.
no, I don't. You played for a Div 2 side, you pleb, and so did I.
No, I do. I do agree with this some way, because a lot of their day in the life is the same as a normal uni student, except they spend 2 hours going to training. That's it. No different.
Right,
There's no
okay,
$1 million facility they walked into.
I'll see a video like day in the life of an upcoming UK baller, and I'll be like, oh, what team does he play for? It's like the Leicester Longhorns or something. It's like,
well, they are upcoming. They might be.
Yeah.
It's like
I
you're
don't back
just a
this.
student.
I don't back this. What Cam is he's old and he's bitter. He's old and he's bitter.
And he's got no medals.
He's got no medals.
Look, if
medals.
If you have a scholarship or are definably your team's star player, do it. Make the content. Be like, look how good I am.
Disagree.
If you are a first year or some absolute knobhead who's never
played, we don't call them anymore. We call them walk-ons.
Oh my god.
Walk-ons. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Walk-on, don't bother.
Right. All of this Uniball stuff is supposed to be fun. Do what you want with it.
We are saying it's fun.
Why are you taking it so seriously? Just good fun. If someone wants to make a silly video like that,
you're saying you're taking it seriously, and we're sat here right now doing a podcast.
No, but those videos ruin my fun, is what I'm saying. It
then
makes
block
my
them.
day worse.
It's like being cyberbullied. It's not real. Just put your phone down.
I see the top 5 drippiest cornerbacks in Bucks, and I become depressed.
Shout out Enigma, by the way. What a guy.
I like Enigma.
I like Enigma as well.
I like Enigma, right? And he's coming on the show. I've already asked him.
Enigma, just from putting up a post, got Jao Kamara to play in E5s against Loughborough.
Yeah. So Cam, you can make sure that you're not there for that episode, because we don't want to, fun vacuum.
What week are we on, by the way? I think we're wrapped up, to be honest.
We're week 11. We've got 2 more weeks.
We've done this one. Move on.
No, we haven't.
We have.
Have we?
Yeah.
No, we haven't.
I saw Uwe versus Brunel. We've done it.
No, we haven't done it.
I'm going to talk about Ash Bailey for the entire episode.
I'm really not liking your attitude, Cam. You're watching a man lose his volunteer position at an British American football media company right in front of your eyes. To be fair, I mean, if you look at this week, Bristol versus Southampton, I think that's a good game. But truthfully,
Kent versus KCL, maybe.
Kent versus KCL. But yeah,
that'd be a title decider.
Probably Hallam and Nottingham Jade. I think that's probably game of the week.
Is it fair to say that Hallam might finally be past it this year? Every year we kind of go, maybe Hallam's up next. Maybe it's been too long.
No.
Of saying Hallam's up next.
No. The Div 1 North goes through Napier before it goes through anyone else.
No, I mean, but even at the top of, we always say maybe it's this year.
Basically, yes, we're off the Hallam train.
Yeah.
We're off that. Yes, we're off the Hallam train.
Yeah.
They need if they can beat Green once. Jade, then
twos.
Then we might have to do Nottingham twos actually, because otherwise I'm going to keep saying Green. I think if they beat them, then we can probably get it. We can get back on, but until that point, probably not. Right, penultimate week here. What have we got? Of course, Nottingham versus Durham is going to be in there.
Brunel.
Loughborough Brunel, probably for relegation. Let's be completely honest. Sheffield Derby, MMU versus York, Manchester versus Leeds, Northumbria versus Newcastle Derby, NTU versus Leeds Beckett, Cardiff versus Warwick. Like that one. Where am I that week? I'm going to be at Cardiff versus Warwick because, of course,
I feel like every Cardiff game you've gone yet like that.
Yeah, you were like, yeah,
that's fair enough.
They are fun to watch. They are fun to watch.
Bournemouth versus SGS, Stirling versus Heriot-Watt, Edinburgh versus Edinburgh Napier, Cashel versus Kingston, Kent versus Queen Mary, Essex versus UCL, Greenwich versus UEA, Bath versus Bristol, Southampton versus Exeter, Bath Spa versus Plymouth, Hertfordshire versus Reading, OBU versus Oxford in the Cavaliers Cup, and then Nottingham Green versus Leicester. Cardiff versus Warwick. I think for me that week I'm going to that game. So
yeah, I think I'll be attending Manchester Leeds. That'll be
shut up.
I'm going to try and get to Loughborough now.
You're going to wear your split jacket that you've been trying to.
Well, because I'll be at Bucks Nationals that weekend for work in Sheffield. But if I drive up, I could then dip on Sunday and go watch it.
Yeah,
I think that'll probably be like they're a
Yeah,
long
what sideline are you going to stand on?
Yeah, is it Loughborough for
Depends
one
how-
half and then you change at half time?
It depends on how the first game went.
That's very funny. That's very, very funny. You're going to stand on one sideline and then switch halfway
He'll,
through.
no, he'll stand out the back of the end zone and then
Yeah.
run over to the sideline that wins. Like, oh my god, guys!
Yeah, wow. You couldn't have done it without me.
I definitely didn't do that.
Manchester
85s.
Leeds
Uh-huh.
could and should be the promotion game.
To be fair, he did do that at E5. He literally did that. Some of the best content we filmed that day was you going around. SJ,
Just
what do
me
you
going
think about
around
this?
and just going, yeah, I like this team. And when they lose, they went, I don't like them anymore. I'm gonna get this team. These guys are good.
And my favorite thing is that the Loughborough guys going, so because we won E5, so you're going to rank us higher. No,
No,
no, I'm not. Nope.
there's like no crossover whatsoever.
No, not really. Not that I can see. Cavaliers Cup's always fun, but I'm interested to see how OBU actually do this year. I might be wearing the shirt, but I don't know if I fully back them as much as I did last year.
Is it still there?
I think Calvin is still there, but then for me, it's losing Bobby Kadiri. He was a lot of that team for one
Where's
man.
he gone again?
And he's trying to get over to the States,
Oh, okay.
but he's not there anymore, from what I can gather. Everything else, not much interest. We're getting into the last week here. Who lives next to the railway station? The railway station.
It's got to be SJ.
It's me. I'm in London. I
Okay.
live 5 minutes away from Heathrow.
All right, final week of the season. Uwe versus Durham, Brunel versus Nottingham, Sunderland versus York St John, Hull versus Lincoln, Bangor versus Kiel, Liverpool versus Salford, UEA versus City, ARU versus Greenwich, Imperial versus UCL, Plymouth versus Aberystwyth, Gloucestershire versus UE2s, Chichester versus Surrey, Sussex versus Holloway, Leicester versus DMU, Staffordshire versus Coventry, and Worcester versus Nottingham Green. I think Midlands 2, I think, takes quite a big chunk of this interest for me, just because you've got like, let's say if Coventry bottle it again, maybe lose to Staffordshire, maybe DMU could jump them, but then they've got to beat Leicester as well.
I mean, UEA City, that could be.
UEA City, no, I don't know. I know it's not. Is it? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if City have got the juice. As much as I'd really like to see City in the playoffs, it's sort of more of a wish than a sort of something I think is feasible. At least this year.
In the playoffs.
I think Chichester is more likely to be in the playoffs than City. I'll put it like that. Don't pull that face. Okay, then, Cam, give me your reasoning then.
You've never been in the playoffs, mate.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, and he lost to Edge Hill after insulting them on the show.
Wow,
I lost to Lancashire once as well.
Huh?
I lost to Lancashire once as well.
You're going to explain?
I lost to Lancashire in the playoffs.
What's that got to do with City?
Well, no, SJ just said I've never been in the playoffs.
All right, well, okay, I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you City. Why did you pull a face? No, I think Chichester have got a better chance of making the playoffs than City. You look at the Southeast too. You telling me I don't think City can do? I think that division's too much. I think Chichester, if they get,
I think everyone in that division can take wins off each other.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. Yeah, whereas I don't think.
Yeah, but I think City's in the lower bracket of that. I think Greenwich are above them.
Chichester's division is arguably harder.
It is arguably harder.
Exactly. So.
But then I think they beat Solent. I think they beat Holloway, and then they've got a hope here that either Sussex, probably not Surrey, can mess up, which I don't think will happen. But I think Chichester have got more of a chance of making the playoff than the City Wolfpack.
Yeah, it's not a bad take.
Thank you.
That's
Right, okay. Gloucestershire versus UE2s. I always say this to Gloucestershire. I think that they don't have the minerals to really push the Bullets 2s. I don't think they can do it. Not this year.
I think the 2s will win out.
I think the 2s will. I think them versus Plymouth, I think, is an interesting one. Obviously, them playing 8 games. You heard that here. They're playing 8 games in that div. And I believe that The UE2s have got Gloucestershire and Plymouth twice. No, they haven't. We discussed it on the show on Monday. I forget who they've got twice, but one of them is Gloucestershire. I think it might be Spa. Anyway, it's on the show on Monday where we have an interview with Sam Astley. I mean, looking at the final week of the season, it's UE Durham. We don't really have to sell that to you. It's a rematch in the season. I imagine Bucks are very much hoping that is going to be the game that decides the regular season national champion.
They've got to have done that on purpose, surely. That's not like
of course
a
they have.
Raw.
Yeah. Of course they have. Lock in. Of course they have.
Good.
But Hull and Lincoln as well. Maybe we'll go to that one. Currently, it's UE2s versus Gloucestershire. Yeah, that's it. That's the show. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back with you at some point in probably late September for the show to actually start and stuff like that. But until then, we'll be having some interviews with coaches from around the league and potentially just some figures from British University American football as well. Stay tuned to the socials for all of our divisional winners and eventual champions, including those who will get relegated as well. Those graphics will be coming out on Monday. We will have head coach of the UE Blitz 2s, Sam Astley, joining us as well. Also, stay tuned because this Sunday I will be bringing you the SFC1 quarter-final matchup between the Oxford Saints and the East Kent Mavericks. Kickoff for that game is at 1:30. I think that's a very, very good game. With that, ladies and gentlemen, my name, he has been SJ, he has been Cam, and my name is Chris Tebbett, and I'd quite like to commentate a Bucks Big Wednesday.